Terry Silver, daddy of the season. Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You hadn't acted, I don't think, since like 2007. I think you were like semi-retired. So what was the process like in getting you back in the show? Was it a hard sell for you? Were you immediately on board? What was that process?
I stopped acting, not intentionally. It's just I had been out of town so much, 8 months out of the year as an actor, and we had two young children. I was missing those milestones of their life. So, I went to my lit agent and said, hey, can I make a living full-time as a writer? And they were like, sure. And then the horse started running that way. And I was so happy doing it. And I didn't think, I wasn't looking to go back to acting. And then when I heard about the show that they're based on the original movies, I tuned in and watched it, not expecting much. And I fell in love with it. I thought they did such an amazing job. But even then I didn't think, Terry fit into that world. And then the rumors started around season 3. And then I got the call to say, would you be interested? And it's like, well, let's hear what this is about. Again, saying, I don't know if this is right. And then they had this incredible backstory and this huge arc mapped out. And I thought like, oh my God, this is a great opportunity. And as an artist, it'd be so creative to jump in and, explain why that guy was like the way he was 30 years ago.
What was it like just being back on that set and playing, I think, one of your earliest characters, just kind of putting the ponytail back in and being like, I'm Terry Silver again?
It's funny because you realize that it's still a part of you. And like, I think in all our lives, you all have, we have so many beautiful distractions in our lives that, keep our demons at bay. And for Terry, it's like, he's a musician, he collects art, he lives by the, all these wonderful things. And you go, what are the strings that are pulled that reveal who he is? And still eating away at him.
They kind of made a parallel to you in a way of like,
right.
Yeah. Getting back in. You have, I think, in the first episode, I think it's my favorite line of the season where you're like, I spent months terrorizing a teenager over a high school karate tournament. It just cracked me up. Had you given any thought to who Terry became over the years, and was it anything like you imagined?
Well, that was my big thing. And it was the first question for the creators when they, approached me. And they had great answers and they had different paths we could explore. And I thought that's worth it, So it was sort of an easy decision. Also, I was such fans of them. I knew I was in good hands because, of what they had done with the show. And then just coming back to it was just with seeing Ralph, who I hadn't seen in 30 years. And it's almost like we picked up right where we left off, and seeing Billy. And then this young cast who are just phenomenal. So for me, it's been a delight.
The show is so great at really seamlessly bringing in people that we know from, I think, what's dubbed the Miyagi-verse. Is there anyone from, your experience on Karate Kid that you would love to reunite with on screen in the future?
I think, I let the guys handle that, and they're so good at that because they have lived with this idea for so long. So I'm sure they've thought of every possible character and crossover with different characters. I'm just so happy that, that they brought Terry back and what they've given me to play. It all comes down to the writing, and these guys hit it out of the park. It's irreverent, it's funny, it's smart, and a show that you can bring in, multiple generations. It's just so unique.